Hey guys, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. In this video, I'm going to tell you some amazing tips for Shadowkeep of getting legendary shards. So farms, stuff like that can help you to get tons of legendary shards in Shadowkeep. So let's get started. So the first one of my additions or tips will be pretty easy to know. It's just completing bounties and going to the vendors. Of course, and dailies and weeklies could also include this if you would like. Of course, bounties from Zavala, Shaxx only cost around 250 Glimmer, and they gained a lot of those tokens. Of course, tokens can be awarded for legendary stuff just for like one item. I think it's around 50 to 60 of these tokens can get you one legendary item. Of course, it's not the most efficient way, but it is a good way of getting some legendary shards. Again, doing bounties, see, some of the bounties can grant legendary gear from the weeklies. Again, these are just a nice simple way to get them. If they are also pinnacle weapons or ritual weapons can also get you a nice power level increase, and also if you can dismantle them. Again, these are pretty easy to know as for the first tip of just completing bounties from any of the vendors' weeklies, and then just doing those weekly and daily challenges that are pretty easy to do. So for the next step, you will need to go to your shader box, and of course now some of the all the Everest items do not grant bright dust. They grant legendaries and glimmer. There's another tip. One more tip around this also later in the video, but of course this is just deleting shaders from your inventory. So again, just like deleting shaders, every shader in your shader box. As you can see here, this is some of my shaders. This one is called Imperial Dress. I have a lot of these stacks. These can grant around 1 to 2 legendary shards. Now it's not the most this won't get you a lot of legendary shards per drop, but again, if you have tons of legendary shaders, maybe bright dust from Everest, if you keep on getting shaders from those Everest engrams, you can get around 1 to 2 per one shader. So again, you could also go to the Cryptarch and you can actually delete 5 of those shaders in one. You get like 5 to 6 legendary shards from that, or even 10. So this could be a nice way of deleting shaders in your inventory. It's pretty easy to just do because I got like a lot. I got like 20 from one perk because I had like 20 of the shaders. So again, this is a good step or a second tip for this. So the third tip is going to, of course, Brother Vance. Now, he's the Mercury Cryptarch. If you do not have, I think everyone has Mercury, but if you do not have Mercury unlocked, you can always just do the first mission for Curse of Osiris, and you can unlock him, and then the other stuff later. But there is as this vendor for planetary materials has simulation seeds. 55 of these seeds can grant 2 legendary shards, as you can see, 2 of legendary items, and a shader. Now, altogether, this can grant around 30 to 20 legendaries. This is an insane, crazy, farm, because any of the other vendors only grant like 1 to 2, so this is one of the best ways, because the shader can get you one that can give you 3 legendary shards so far, and then those guns can get you around 5 each. So around 15 to 20, again, you can get, I got like 22 legendary shards from this. This is an amazing thing, and if you guys go and grind out with the Sagara Ghost Shell on Mercury, you can get this done bang out, and I think this is one of the best ways how to get a lot of legendaries from Mercury. So yeah, that's the third tip. For the fourth tip is going to Escalation Protocol. Now, this also involves EP. If you want to do the 6th and 7th Escalation boss, that grants a lot of legendary shards and the chance to get the shotgun sniper rifle or some machine gun, depending on the week. That can get you around 3 legendary shards. So wave 6 and 7 of EP can also help you with that. But again, see these, I keep on forgetting the name. They're kind of like these Warmine chests. I'm going to call them that. Warmine escalation things. You can put it in the comments if what are they called, because I keep on forgetting them. But again, you can find these things. You need these things called resonation stems. Now, that's a little bit confusing. It'll be all over Mars that you can get any Mars activity. You can get, after you have 4 of them, they'll allow you to go into this like blue item, and if you find these Escalation Protocol, I'll link down a video on some where they are, but if you go and find these chests, you can get like 2 and a guaranteed 1 legendary, 2 rares and 1 legendary, and of course 1 legendary shard. This is a nice little simple mode of going and finding legendary shards. Now, I will link down a video in the description if you want to learn more about this. Of course, it's a little bit confusing, but not too confusing. Next step you want to do is that this requires Wish Ender. If you want to know how to get Wish Ender, I will link down another video in the description box below. But again, you will find these corrupted seeds all over the Dreaming City. If you don't know how to unlock the Dreaming City, play the Forsaken campaign and you can learn more about it. But you literally don't learn because the campaign's more around the Tangled Shore and there's one mission about it. But again, if you just want to, I think everybody has the Dreaming City unlocked. So, these things grant one legendary item from the Dreaming City. Can be powerful if you're still below 900, but again, after you get it, you're not going to really get any good powerful gear from this, but with one hit with the Wish Ender, you'll be able to destroy the egg, and you will get one legendary item. This can mantle into 3 to 5, maybe 4 legendary shards. This is a nice item because there's 40 of them in the whole entire game, and again, there's some in other places, lost sectors. There could be a lot of them everywhere in all over the Dreaming City, so there's 40 of them. After dismantling all 40, you get those legendaries, and you get an exotic sparrow. But again, the next step will involve something else. Ascendant challenges. Go to Petrovenge and finish all your Ascendant challenges bounties. These can grant a lot of legendary shards and help you with your Dreaming City weekly and daily challenges. Also, again, these, by the way, the eggs also have some in the Ascendant challenges, so you can bang that also out. But again, this can help you with a lot of stuff. So it contains the eggs, the bounties, the 2 weekly bounties, and some of the bounties of dailies can help the Ascendant challenge. And then if you, after doing it once on all your 3 characters, you will be able to get a lot of legendary shards, weapons, and items which you can dismantle for legendary shards. This is a great technique, and I totally use it all the time on my characters, and I think you guys should too. It's amazing. Ascendant challenges aren't too hard, but again, it will change every day, every week. I mean, every week, not every day. So be aware that it will change locations depending on which week it is. The next step is the Vex Offensive. Vex Offensive has a lot of legendary shards that you can get from almost anywhere. And there's 3 waves, and I got 2 weapons on each of those waves, so 6 in total, with maybe 1 to 2 or just 0 legendary shards, including with that with some rares. Now these can grant around 20 shards per Vex Offensive, or even 30, depending on how much legendary weapons you get and how much Vex Offensive bounties and stuff you do. So remember, go to iQuarter, get all the bounties, and get all the frames, so you can get legendary weapons also from this. And again, this is crazy to get them because you can get them with random rolls also. But again, dismantling these weapons and stuff you get from Vex Offensive can give you a lot of legendary shards. So be aware that the Vex Offensive, if it is a free thing and only a limited thing for the season, and it's an excellent way to get legendary shards. So yep, that will be my next tip for this. The next tip is test Everest. So back in last season of Opulence, they made it so every Eververse Bright Dust item was removed, so you can't get Bright Dust from it anymore. Well, this isn't the case. I just found this out, that all the Bright Dust items, if you delete Eververse items, you can get a chance of getting a legendary shard and some glimmer dismantled with that. So armor, ghost shells, sparrows, stuff like that. If you wanted to require them from collection, of course, they cost legendary shards and glimmer. But if you get stuff like, again, like shaders, like on my previous steps, you can be able to get like more legendary shards from just dismantling stuff you got from Everest. Not everything will guarantee give you legendary shards. They may, but again, there is some chances that you can get legendary shards, because I dismantled some of my, not Eververse armor, but some of my sparrows, and I did get legendary shards. So again, there is a chance for this. This is not a complete legit way that this might give you legendary shards, but it is a way that happens only rarely to some players in Destiny 2, like I did. So just be aware of that. The next step is Spider. Now he's on the Tangled Shore, of course, so if you want to locate him, he is the vendor. Now, of course, this is one of the easiest and most relatively nice and cool vendors that get you a lot of legendary shards. Of course, you can see above that there's there's enhancement cores and legendary shards in the planetary materials. Now, you want to complete your, again, 10 legendary shards give you 1 enhancement core, and then some legendary shards depend on the planetary material that changes each day. So if it asks for like 100 of the Dust-like shards from the EDZ for like 10 legendary shards, then you would have to pay that amount. So again, it increases per time per week, but then after Tuesday, it reduces back to 10. Of course, this is not like the most way to get a lot of them. You only get like 1 or 2 maybe, depending on how much planetary materials you have. So that does depend, because some people use it in the tribute hall also. This step also includes, so this is not another step, but this is a step including with the spider, is going to Gambit Prime and completing all the bounties. This does include with some bounties if you want to get mixed overall. But previously, I did say Zavala and all vendors and daily and other stuff get you legendary shards. This gives you a lot. These Gambit bounties, this is probably the most best way. If you like Gambit, if you don't like Gambit, that's sad. But again, these bounties give a lot of legendary shards. The weeklies, everything like that, gives tons of legendary shards. I got like 20 once. They give a lot. They give like 3 to 2 legendary shards or weapons from the itself, like, again, like just bounties itself. So that's amazing for that. And I like getting all these done because, of course, you get so much bounties every week on the Gambit Prime and Gambit and the Reckoning, and you can do all of them and get so much legendary weapons, and you get more of those points. And now we'll get into the last tip I have for you guys. There's one more tip after this. So for the final of the tips I give you for getting legendary shards this season, of course you can see it's season 5, but again, you can do your infamy and valor resets. Now these grant a, and this does include of this tip of ranking up on the mythics on any rank. Like if you're on Guardian 1, you get up to Guardian 2, anything like that. This does give around 1, only 1, and some legendary shards with it. Again, they did increase the rate. After you reset your rank, you will get more gear. Of course, it's Gambit that only gave 1 legendary gear per this season. But again, this season in Shadowkeep, you can get up to 2 to 3 legendary items after you reset. And then you can get around 1 only from just 1 to 2 from just reaching like Guardian Brave, Heroic, Fabled, Mythic, and then Legend. So again, this gives around 1, and it can give a rare, unfortunately, sometimes. But again, this also helps you with resetting your rank, because this is one of the nice tips of getting a lot of legendary shards, around 3 to 5 legendary shards. So this can happen when you're doing your Gambit, Crucible, not your Vanguard, but your Gambit or Crucible matches to get your dailies and weeklies done. So this does help and provide for some of the steps I said previously. So that was pretty much the video so far. So that's around 10 to 11 steps in total for getting legendary shards in Shadowkeep. There's so much more steps that I didn't list here, and I probably will in another video if I do another part 2. But again, there's a lot more steps or tips that I didn't list in this video. Of course, all these lists that I farmed weren't always efficient or didn't get you enough legendary shards. Like some gave you like 20, maybe 50, some give you like 5, 3, or 10, around that amount. So not all the legendaries or farms or tips, if you like to call it, didn't get you all efficient, but they did get you around some legendary shards that can boost your stuff of whatever you're buying. Of course, this can help with the tribute hall, whatever you guys are buying for or using legendary shards for. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, subscribing and liking does mean a lot on this channel, and I hope you guys do join our community. Our Discord will be linked down below if you want to know anything about that. The Wish Ender video will be also if you want to. I will make a Wish Ender video later in the future, but of course I'm just listening one so you guys, for those new players, can help you guys out. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.